Figure 3.1 GradeBook.java. This is the first of several versions of the GradeBook class that we'll be developing over the next several examples. In this simple version of the GradeBook class, we're going to have just a display message method which displays the message "Welcome to the Gradebook" when we first execute our application. Now, one thing you'll notice right away that's different about the GradeBook class as opposed to our other class definitions is that there is no main method inside the body of this class. We're going to actually have a separate class called GradeBook Test, which will create an object of this class GradeBook and invoke its display message method. And this will help you start to get the feel for having multiple class definitions in your program that interact with one another. So we begin with this public class called GradeBook, and again, all of our class definitions for now will start with public and class. And by convention, we've named the class GradeBook with a capital G and a capital B for the two different words. Remember, all classes start with a capital first letter by convention. Inside the body of our class, at lines 7 through 10, we have our single method definition called displayMessage. By convention, it starts with a lowercase first letter, or the lowercase d here. The function does not return anything, so to the left of the function name we have the return data type void, and in the parentheses following the name of the method we have an empty set of parentheses to indicate that this method does not require any data to perform its task. We've declared this method as a public method of the class, thus allowing anybody who has the ability to use a GradeBook object in their program to create an object of that class GradeBook and invoke its display message method. The public members of your class are available to anybody who's using the class. In the body of our display message method, we're taking advantage once again of the system.out object and its println method to output a line of text consisting of the words "Welcome to the Gradebook." Now, eventually we'll add other methods and even data to this class definition, but for the moment all we want to do is show you how to create an object of your own class and use it in a program. So in this project, you'll notice that I have two different .java files, gradebook.java and gradebooktest.java. And they're listed inside of NetBeans as being in the default package. A package is a way to group related classes, and for me in this example, these two classes are grouped together into one folder on my hard drive, and that actually gives those classes a special relationship with one another. Later on in this course we'll talk about how to create your own packages, but when you don't create your own packages, all of the classes in a given directory are considered to be part of the same default package. And that's important as we go over here to the GradeBook test.java file, because here down at line 10 you'll see that we're using the GradeBook class even though we did not import it back above the class GradeBook test definition. Now, you may recall from the last example that when you are using a class that's not part of the java.lang package, you're normally going to need to import that class. And in fact, we could say right here, import GradeBook like this, but we don't need to, because in addition to the package java.lang, all of the classes that are in the same directory with one another implicitly know about one another. So you don't actually have to import such classes. Thus, I'm able to use the GradeBook class in my GradeBook test class simply because they are in the same folder. Now, this class called GradeBook Test has a main method, as our first couple of examples did. So this is the starting point of my application. And inside the body of main, here at line 10, I'm creating an object of my GradeBook class. You can see I'm using GradeBook to the right of the keyword new, which is the operator for creating memory and specifically for creating objects of classes. And we take the result of this new operation, which is an object of class GradeBook, and assign its so-called reference to the variable myGradeBook. That variable then allows me to interact with the GradeBook object that I just created. Down here at line 13, we then demonstrate how to invoke our own object's method called displayMessage You tell it the name of the variable that refers to your object, my gradebook in this case, followed by the dot separator and the display message method name, followed by the parentheses indicating the arguments to the method. And in our case, the method currently does not require any arguments, so we provide an empty set of parentheses. This is also known as sending the display message to the my gradebook object. And this directs the object to go perform a task, and in our case it will then print out the welcome to the gradebook message. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to go back to my command prompt here just to show you how you can compile multiple source files together. And one simple way to do that is simply to type javac *.java, which says compile all the Java files in the current folder together. And this also enables classes that depend on one another to be compiled. And it turns out that the javac command is actually pretty smart. If I had just compiled gradebook test, the compiler would recognize that the class gradebook had not been compiled yet, because gradebook test depends on class gradebook, and it would automatically compile both of them. So I'll go ahead and compile these and just type dir so you can see that I now really have two separate .class files. Unlike some other programming languages, we don't get executable files when we build our Java programs. We get individual .class files for each class in the program, and all of those .class files will get loaded at execution time to enable our program to run. And I'm going to go ahead and run this program with the gradebook test class here, and you can see that I was indeed able to output the string welcome to the gradebook.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than live lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.